Shalom, shalom, family.
Shalom.
Welcome to the channel, guys.
Yeah, welcome.
Thanks for tuning in, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
It is morning time here, as you guys see. So, we're just gonna get right into it. It's a lot of things that's happening right now. That, if you're not paying attention, could affect you in the near future, in the far future, all of it, and the future in general. Because, man, it's a lot, and it's right on the stage where everybody can see too. It's right on the news stations, everything like that. So, um, as you guys see by the title, we're gonna be talking about some Trumpski.
Did you just say Trumpski?
Yeah, you see how I did that?
Why are you like this? Yeah, breaking news. Trump and Zelensky. I don't know if y'all saw this. Y'all should have seen it. It's kind of it feels like you're watching a drama movie.
Mhm.
Like you're just watching a movie. Like these are two presidents of two quote unquote great countries, the first world, whatever, and they're literally hashing it out in the Oval Office, okay? So we're just gonna play the audio so we can all listen together and see how they were feeling, what everybody was talking about. Y'all should look it up. This is WSJ News full video. Trump and Zelensky get during shouting match during the meeting, okay? Like people are in the comments talking about if this is how they talk in public, imagine what happens behind closed doors.
Yeah.
Thank you for showing the entire conversation without interruptions. He already broke the last ceasefire. Why would he break this one? This is an unfair question. This is a fair question. It's like, I think people are just divided. On one side, some Americans are like agreeing with Trump. On the other side, they're agreeing with Zelensky. But Europe, here's a little future thing to tell you about. Europe is not happy about this, as you can imagine. If you know history, you know World War II. Europe is seeing this as like, no, we need to put an iron fist down and not allow Russia to take Ukraine. So they've already come out and said that they are going to back Ukraine. And if it comes down to choosing between Trump and Zelensky, America or Ukraine, Europe is going to side with Ukraine. And America has a new enemy. Trouble within the house, trouble within the family.
Yeah.
Trouble in Northern Europe paradise, right?
The UN is in trouble, or is it the EU?
Yeah, the UN and the EU.
Yeah, all
But
of them.
everybody in trouble. If they're fighting like that.
Yeah, but if you can't see now, I really don't know what to tell you. Everything's changing pretty fast, and just like we always say, of course, this is a distraction from what's really important. So you really got to know what's really important. So, we're about to play this audio. Make sure you like the video, and yeah, get to it.
Prevent the destruction of your country.
A lot of questions. Let's start from the beginning. Sure. First of all, during the war, everybody has problems. Even you, but you have nice ocean and don't feel now, but you will feel it.
He's mad, isn't he?
My team and I
Right.
He's
use
like,
that phone to millionaire
hold
real
on,
estate
he said you
investors
got
like
problems,
Pace
but you don't feel it now. You're gonna feel it soon. Oh, keep going.
In the future. God bless.
You don't know that.
God bless.
You don't
God
know that.
bless. You will
Don't-
not
you
have
gotta-
war.
Don't tell us what we're going to feel. We're trying to solve a problem. Don't tell us what we're going to feel.
I'm not telling you.
Because
I'm
you're in no
answering all these
position to
questions.
dictate that.
That's
Remember
exactly what
this.
you're
not
You're in no position to dictate what we're going to feel.
You
We're
will-
going to feel very
you will
good.
feel influence.
We're going to feel very
I'm
good and
telling
very
you,
strong.
You will feel influence.
You're right now not in a very good position. You've allowed
From the
yourself
very-
to be in a
from
very
the
bad
very
position,
beginning
and
of
he
the
happens
war.
to be right
From
about
the
it.
very beginning of the war.
You're not in a
Mr.
good
I-
position.
I was-
You don't have the cards right now. With us, you start having
Not playing
cards.
cards.
Right now, you
I'm
don't.
very
You're playing
serious,
cards.
Mr. President.
You're
I'm
playing
very
cards.
serious.
You're gambling
I'm
with
the
the
president
lives
in
of
war.
millions of people.
You think-
You're gambling with World War III.
What you
You're
speaking about?
gambling with
What you
World
speaking
War III. And
Yeah.
what you're doing is very disrespectful to the country, this country.
I'm
That's
with
back
all
to you.
respect to you.
Far more than a lot of people said
wearing
they
respect.
should have.
Have you said thank you once this
A lot
entire
of
meeting?
times.
No, in this
Even
entire
today.
meeting, have you said thank
Even
you?
today.
You went to Pennsylvania.
We'll pause right there for a minute. That was pretty heated, though. That was like, That was like a full-on argument. That was like they really.
They just trying to talk over each other and stuff. Is yeah. That's like whoa. Right there on live TV. Yeah.
Kind of speechless. You're like, that's a lot, because you've never seen that happen, and people continue to say no fear mongering. Oh, it's just normal. Life in America is normal. If you think this is normal, you must be in a different reality, because I can't remember the last time any American president in public argued with a European president. Again, live, not behind closed doors, not behind their little text message, live on international television, which asks the question like, so what's next? If America isn't friends with Canada, America isn't friends with the EU, then who's America's friends? And then why would Trump be doing this? Because he's in a desperate situation. Why did he just say, I want the American passport to be sold for $5 million? He's kind of aligning himself to say, okay, you know what? I need to be friends with Russia. I need to sell the U.S. passport. Even in the press event, they were like joking, like, well, what if a Russian oligarch wants to buy the U.S. passport for $5 million? He was like, I don't have any problems with them. I think he would be willing to make a deal and sell America out to Russia. I think he would. Yeah. He may be Russian. Like, let's just start there. Do we know that this man is not Russian?
Yeah,
do we really? Do we really know?
You gotta take Trump what he say. He said he gonna make America great again, and that's what he means. So it's gonna be two sides in America. Put it like that. It's gonna be the Trump side and the other side. So if you're not with Trump's side, you know you're gonna be left behind. You're gonna be in a situation where you're not comfortable at all. So you really gotta decide. Like you gotta foresee this future that's coming. Like really.
Yeah.
Like the future is it could be bright for you,
yeah, or
it could be dark for you, like really.
Yeah.
Because in this season that we're in right now, it's a very, very pivotal season that you really have to think about your life and the life after you, because it's getting serious. It's getting serious. You know me. You know me.
Yeah.
And if you don't know, I feel like all this stuff right here, right now, is like this in your face. It's just doing this in your face. And you really can't see what's in the future. You really can't see, like, dang, it's just a big distraction that's happening right now. So.
And that's just halfway through the argument. They still kept going.
Yeah.
You want to hear some more?
Yeah,
No, that was good. That you heard enough of the argument. So y'all go watch the argument additionally if you want to hear more of the argument. Because the vice president Vance, he was coming in like, you don't disrespect America. I was just like, this is hilarious right now. Yeah. This is wild. And I just imagine like these would be the things that precede a possible full-scale World War III. Again, I think World War III has already started. I think when people look back at history and they say, what was the trigger point? Just like in World War I, they said the trigger point was this man who shot the Duke of so-and-so in Europe, right? That's not a full-scale war, but that's the trigger point. The trigger point already went off. The World War is already here. This is just phase 3 of World War III. To be quite honest, World War III started in 2022, and it's 2025. And you see that Zelensky has had to depend on the U.S. for $100 billion. And he's like, well, you need to give me some more.
Yeah.
Because I'm an elite Ashkenazi, person. And you need to give me some more. Like, you should just keep giving me more. Give me more. More.
So I guess he was so used to coming to the White House, leaving with a check. He'd come broke and then he'd leave with millions of dollars. But this time, it wasn't that. It wasn't that. So.
Dang, why he had to come broke?
Yeah. Well, I don't say broke, but you gotta think the past when Biden was there, he'd come pick up a check. He made a deal. He's going back to his country. The next couple of days, he's getting military equipment and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. He's ready. But this time, he's going back like, I gotta go meet with my community over there.
Yeah.
So that brings us to what's next.
Yeah. And guys, I told y'all, if y'all not looking at international news, you should be. As people in America, there's no reason we shouldn't be listening to international news. We need to be at a higher caliber mindset and thought pattern, okay? So this is from CNN. A crossroads in history. Europe seeks to take control of Ukraine negotiations at pivotal London summit. This is an emergency summit for this week. But you're about to talk about how there's a lot of emergency things happening this week. But this is an emergency summit. Europe is like, we need to take control of Ukraine. We don't like what Trump just did. I'm looking at a picture from CNN. I'm looking at Zelensky. I don't know who that is. Sir Keir Starmer. Maybe he's from Germany. And then Mr. Emmanuel Macron. I know he's the French president, okay? So they're like allies. America's typically the ally with them. America would usually be attending this summit. America would usually be in the front with these men right here, and Trump is not. Again, Trump just said on international television, you're disrespectful and I'm not giving you no more money. And maybe I would have given you a little bit, but since you're disrespectful, you can go home and go submit to Russia. That's what he said.
He said, you don't have the cards to play. He said, I'm not playing cards.
Like what?
Is there something else I can help with?
Oh, thank you,
up.
Siri. So let's read a bit of this article. The West is at a crossroads in history. Britain's prime minister, okay, it's Britain's prime minister. So we were looking at the prime minister of Britain, Zelensky, and of Ukraine and France, Emmanuel Macron. So Britain, France, Ukraine, keep that in mind. Told European leaders at a pivotal summit in London on Sunday. So they already had the summit yesterday. So they was like, we're not going to Catholic church today. We're not going to mass. Pause, this is an emergency. We need to talk about this. They said they need to prevent a united front amid a meltdown in relations between Kyiv and Washington. Now, just that phrase right there, that sentence, this is why words are so important. This is pre-war language, I'm telling you. A meltdown in relations between Kyiv and Washington. That sends a very interesting signal to people on both sides of those countries. This is not a moment for more talk. It's time to act. Starmer said after a monumental day of diplomacy in London, which he saw leaders on the continent attempt to forge a path towards a ceasefire in Ukraine. The urgency of the summit in London's ornate Lancaster House was heightened after U.S. President Donald Trump chastised Zelensky in the Oval Office, appalling the West and delighting Moscow in the process. Zelensky and an ensemble of European leaders were in attendance of intensified conflict. Starmer told reporters he was working with France and a small number of other nations to craft a plan to stop the fighting, which would then be presented to the U.S. French President Emmanuel Macron outlined the contours of such a plan in an interview with Le Figaro, saying that France and the United Kingdom have proposed a month-long limited ceasefire in Ukraine. The initial phase of a French-British alternative peace deal for Ukraine would involve a month-long truce in the air, on the seas, and in energy infrastructures, according to Macron speaking to the French outlet. The second phase, he said, would involve troops on the ground. CNN has reached out to Downing Street for comment. The plan seems destined to rival the negotiation process that Trump opened with Russia last month. So first of all, before all this started, Trump was like, I don't really need to talk to Zelensky. I think we've been talking to him enough. I think we've been sending him a lot of money. I'm going to go talk to Putin. When was the last time anybody talked to Putin from America? It's been a very long time because they were rising tensions. But I'm telling you, Trump is like, look, he's like, you know what, the Russians, I think we could be cool with them. That's what he's saying. And Putin, you know, he's happy. He's like, yeah, I think you should. And I'm minding my business in Africa. It don't really matter to me. It ain't my fight. I'm just reporting the news, okay? So this suggests that a tact acceptance that's bringing Trump and Zelensky to the negotiating table together could result in tensions combusting once more. So they're saying they probably don't even want to talk no more. It's not going to be a good deal. King Charles III met with Zelensky at the Sandringham on Sunday. I guess that's like a church.
I said, look, when I see that, that's like, dang, that's the king.
The elites.
Yeah, that's the king, Great Britain king and stuff. Shaking hands with the Ukrainian president.
So showing support,
Yeah.
which Trump already said. And I don't know if the European leaders don't really know Trump, But Americans know he don't really back down. So when Trump said that, like, he's not about to go back down, yo. He's not about to go. He's just not going to do that. Trump doesn't do that. But they're saying this initiative would still require American support. So they're taking these pictures, the European Union. They basically want to show this united front to be like, look, Trump, you need to just join in. Come on. We're all on his side. You're tripping. Here's a little space to process and come back. But he's not going to do that. He's not going to process and come back. Y'all already see how he treated Canada and Mexico, how he wants to own Greenland. He's not about to back up. I'm just saying, from his actions, not his words, I think that he would support Putin in taking over Europe, and that he kind of low-key wants to be a Russian colony. I'm not going to lie. I think he would be willing to sell Americans out if his pocket looks better. Because, again, this man has investments as well. So if America's economy isn't doing good and Americans in all this debt, what does that mean for him? That means he's also in all this debt. And his economy in his own world is also not going well. And then as a president, he just wants to be seen as like this, oh, he fixed things in America. On the outside looking in, like, oh, now we're friends with Russia. That would look like a very peaceful, cordial thing. So you gotta ask yourself, is this the America I want to live in? Is this the America that you want to live in? They're calling this a once in a generation moment. That never happens.
Yeah.
That don't happen. That don't happen every day.
Yeah. You gotta, I guess the new news also is X. If you go to Twitter X, the app, follow President Trump. And he will kind of give you the news before it drops. So, you know, as we know, war is all about money too. So like, if you really start to tune in into the finances and see what's really happening and what could happen and stuff, it's a clear picture of what's going on. Like, I'm gonna say it again.
Well, you gotta break it down.
He said he's gonna make America great again. The best thing to do is get out of America and leverage that American or that blue passport outside of America. Like, really. And this is why we keep coming on here telling, you know, our viewers here, like, this is what you need to do. That's the ultimate thing to do, is just to get out of America, still making that USD. Because the dollar is still, a lot of people say the dollar is going to disappear. Oh, it's getting weak, it's going to disappear. It's not going to disappear until a time where it says in the Bible, you know, the sky is going to crack open. So that's how I feel. Like, it's still going to be here no matter what. And yeah, you just, man, it's so many distractions going on right now. So you got to put your energy where you want it or where it's really needed. So just with this, I know we were talking earlier, and this kind of gives Trump, I know a lot of people that was going against Trump last week, put it like that. They were so mad at Trump, right? Now, this is going to allow people to defend Trump. So you're putting your energy into something that's really not, like, necessary, that you don't need to. I mean, it just depends on you if that's what you want to do. So it's like you backing Trump in a way when you really don't need to. Like, you really got to ask yourself, what's the right thing to do, right? And what's the righteous thing to do? Because it's coming down to that. I know it sounds the same, but it's not. So you really got to think about where are you spending your energy? Where are you spending your time? Where are you spending your attention span? Like, really? Yeah.
You should tell them what a lot of people just missed out on.
No, you
that
didn't
happened
mention.
yesterday.
You just probably, you know, as you know, a lot of people know, this crypto stuff. Trump, he was tweeting about Friday, March 7th. It's going to be the first ever crypto summit that he's going to hold in the U.S. He named a couple cryptocurrencies that's going to be a reserve, such as XRP, as we keep talking about. And as soon as he tweeted that, it jumped up 33%. I say 30% because, you know, but when I caught it, it jumped up at 33%. So
Wow.
it's just like little things like that. Like, you really got to think. I know somebody said something about what was it? Well, you just said something. War is money. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta really think about the big picture of who's gonna have the most money. Like, that's what it's coming down to. It's really coming down to land and water, resources, and finances.
Yeah, that's what life has always been about, though.
Yeah, but now it's disappearing from is the Most High is taking it away from the nations that's being judged right now.
It's a struggle.
So if you don't know, now you know. You better start paying attention to what's going on. That's gonna benefit you in the next 2, 5, 10 years.
Yeah, because I mean, if people missed out on that, we were talking about this earlier. It's like if people aren't aware of what's going on with financial stuff, if they're not running a business, if they don't know or have someone who knows about XRP, trading, ADA, Solana, all that stuff, all these different currencies, and this becomes the new reserve currency in America, then you're just locked out. You're locked out of wealth, not because the system's unfair, but because you don't like knowledge. It's like you have to understand knowledge and want to acquire more knowledge and be in the mindset of I don't know everything.
Yeah.
And be like, okay, let me be a student, let me be a child again and see what I can do to leverage this system while it's still here.
Really?
So then you can travel Africa, then you can travel the world, then you can invest and buy property and live, you know, and work 15 to 20 hours a week and live your dream life. That's how we do it, because we like to acquire knowledge. We don't just like sit on our hands waiting for somebody to drop something in our lap. That's how you have to be in these times. That's why I'm like, man, if they don't learn this quickly, they're gonna miss it. They're literally just gonna miss it. And it's like, people are always like, oh my gosh, how do you have research? Because we study stuff.
Yeah.
You
gotta
study.
just put your energy into what's gonna really matter. And, you know, that's really the word. Like, that's really, you know, the Most High revealing to people what's to come, and you can actually like see what's to come and get in position and get out, and get in and get out. You be good.
Yeah, it will be good. Everything will be fantastic.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's it for this video, y'all. This has been a great time. Let us know what you think in the comments. Let us know what you think about this new once-in-a-generation moment. Let us know what you think about trading, and if you are going to take the initiative to change your entire legacy for the rest of this year, because it's still the first 3 months of 2025. So it's like still a good, you're not too late, but if you keep delaying, then you will miss it.
Yeah, and I'll say it's this new year. I know for our community, for the Israelite community and the calendars and stuff like that, we know that this new year is coming up, like in the next couple weeks. I know for us in the next, 7 or not 7, but yeah, it's the next couple weeks, right? So this new year brings new blessings, right? And I know we just came out of a season of trial, tribulation, pretty much the dry season. Because when I say dry season, you got to think about, a farmer and stuff like. And once you come here to Africa, you understand more what I'm saying, because it's the dry season, rainy season, dry season, rainy season. So we're coming to that rainy season of, all the seeds that we planted starting to blossom. Mm-hmm. And if you are in the right position, you're going to be able to pick those fruits off the tree. You're gonna be able to pick the vegetables out the ground. You're gonna be able to have your resources there for you. So it's really a time to be in the right position, as we keep saying. Please be in the right position. Because if you're not, you just gonna miss it. I know a wise person told me, hey, I don't want to miss another chance like Bitcoin, right? When Bitcoin was like very low in 2009, and now it's at 95,000, 100,000. So this could be that. This could be that. Shalom. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
So, look, stay tuned. Don't be distracted. Please don't be distracted. You better, if things like this in your face, right? You better lift your hands up and praise the Most High.
Shalom,
So,
shalom.
All praises to the Most High. Shalom, guys.